and also there's a hashtag Uni Exeter, so hash Uni Exeter, and I'll find one more. Daisy Dixon has tweeted about this. Academics in the UK, especially in the arts and humanities, are constantly undervalued, always having to fight for our jobs and justify our existence. Then she talks about ancient disciplines. I think she means humanities, that are imperative for critical thinking, imagination, empathy, future employment and political participation. And saying fighting for that often feels futile, is causing widespread distress and disillusionment. And then sending solidarity to colleagues at Exeter, Nottingham and Dundee. So this isn't just an Exeter issue, it's happening in lots of places. The thing I'm going to mention, not because I think the individual academics should respond to this or defend the policy the universities have had over the last few years, but it's just something that I've been repeating on these shows and trying to write a play about, and I've got to writing plays just to find ways of explaining it or provoking it as an issue. The approach to technology from universities is an issue, and for example, the continued investment in student accommodation. Exeter is definitely one example of that. The Centre for the Cities report that I mentioned a couple of shows ago shows Exeter's got a very high proportion of the people living within the city are students. So there's a lot of student accommodation being built, which tends to hide a question about what the future is for the campus and the campus model of how education happens. So the MOOC, the first year of the MOOC was 2012, and then there was another year of the MOOC during lockdown. So there was a move online at that time, but I would say it's been moved back to an assumed normal, and I'm just going to say this quite bluntly, or in shorthand or short form. So what I'm saying is oversimplified, but after lockdown, retail has adjusted quite a lot. The city centres are different. Music retail especially, and office space has adjusted. There's a lot more working at home. That's under pressure as well, but it's definitely happened. So most companies have reduced their sort of headquarters training space as lecture halls, or however you'd want to describe that. They use the internet to a much greater extent than they did before lockdown. But the campus model, I just don't think it's changed very much. So the conference, for example, about a digital university, there was a launch there of online. THE had, not sure I've got the name right, but something like online learning rankings was launched there, but it wasn't continued. I think it was mentioned again at Lancaster, where the next conference in that series was, but now it's been discontinued. So the online energy has gone or it appears to have gone. I think it's actually still happening, but maybe not from an established university base. I don't know what's going on with that, but I think that's part of the issues which need to be discussed. And I know there were a lot of union objections during lockdown. Most of the online provision was put together very rapidly with very limited resource and mixed levels of support. So I can see what the objections were, but I do think there needs to be a different way of approaching things, and costs do come into that. It may be that the campus model needs quite a lot of adjustment, and academics will need to work with that in certain ways. So we'll see how that goes along. This show, the drama show, will go off into maybe fictional ways of looking at that, or storytelling ways of looking at that. But the We Don't Know show on Wednesday is allegedly more fact reality based, but both shows welcome people who want to talk about those ideas and the current state of what's happening with humanities and social science, because clearly something's got to come out of it, and I can't see at the level of let's say 25% cuts, it's not going to help. I can see tweets for people who were thinking of applying for courses who have decided not to, and that sort of thing doesn't help the situation. Have I said, yeah, Uni Exeter is the hashtag.